Alright, we'll just get straight into this. In September 2016, Wayne Morrison died in the Royal Adelaide Hospital around 4 in the morning after he was there for 3 days once he was non-responsive after being transferred at the Yatala Labour Prison in South Australia. Now, we'll go step by step what happened supposedly on that day in the prison, where I'll have links below with all the articles, and some of them will have the video. I'm not going to show it to you, but if you want to see it, and there's a lot of the prison guards in the room. There's quite a lot, and they cuff him, his hands and his ankles, and you can't see this too well because there's so many people in the way, but in the time from them to carry him from that room to the van, they put a spit mask on him. I'm still yet to understand how these work and how they are put on a person, and they have a little bit of footage of them putting him in the vehicle from quite some distance away, and then they take him from G Division to where he's meant to go on a video call for a bail hearing or something, I believe, and they take him out of the transport van and he's blue and unresponsive, and they kind of leave him there for another 3 or so minutes, and then they start to try and revive him and perform CPR and everything, and then he gets taken to the hospital. And here are some more details. Here are things that I found out. The police forensic team came to the prison to talk to everyone involved, and they were told that the guards all were sent home for the day, which was a lie. They were still on site. Now, like I said on Twitter, if I was found with a dead body, and then when the police came to talk to me about it, I got my roommate to lie and say I wasn't home as I hid in the bedroom. Would that make you think I had nothing to do with the death, or I had something to do with the death? Alright, here are some quote or highlights from an SBS article from 2018 September, and I think it's one of the more detailed ones. Mr. Brunwell, who's been a prison officer for 28 years, told the court that officers may have been cautious in dealing with Mr. Morrison due to initial altercations that led to his restraint, and that this led to the delay in performing CPR. We deal with these situations from time to time, and we're not sure whether they're faking it, he said. In this way, the inquest into Mr. Morrison's death also has parallels to the 2014 death of Mr. in South Headland, Western Australia, where police and medical staff thought the 22-year-old Yamaji woman was faking her symptoms right up until the point of her death from pneumonia and sepsis. To quote another part of the same article, so far awareness among prison guards of positional asphyxia has been a main focus. Positional asphyxia is a situation that occurs where a person is restrained in a way that leaves them unable to breathe. It is also a key issue in the currently suspended New South Wales inquest into the death of Dunghati man David Dungay. I'll give you one more quote from this particular article. Among other claims, the coroner has heard how one senior guard has left the prison to get lunch after Mr. Morrison was taken away in an ambulance, how staff were told not to fill out an incident report despite a direct order from the general manager, and how the van which had been used to transport Mr. Morrison was immediately put back into service while police had a chance to inspect it. Alright, now I'm going to play you a quick audio from a YouTube video from this same article of Mr. Morrison's mother talking about the inquest.
There's three and a half minutes from the time Wayne's put in to the back of the van and then brought out the other side. We don't know what's happened in the back of the van. All we know is that there's 5 officers in the back and there's 2 in the front. One's a driver and one's a passenger. There's no recording, there's no footage. There's no lights in the back of the van, apparently. And all of those officers, except for one, are refusing to give a statement, to give their account of what they believe happened in the back of the van. Yeah, they're just blatantly refusing to give a statement. Now, as a mother, knowing that there's, 3 odd minutes missing of information, they were the ones that were with Wayne for those 3 minutes. Surely they've got something to say. surely they didn't have a conversation in the back of the van. They didn't. I don't understand. I don't understand how us as a society can sit back and say, you don't want to give a statement to, you know, a crucial time in a situation that sounds like it was pretty bleak. It's okay that you don't say anything, and we're supposed to be okay with that.
Alright, and even just the headlines of the articles and when they came out will give you a good enough idea on how this has progressed. After the one I've just quoted from, the 3 missing minutes and more questions, an ABC article from the 4th of September 2018, Yatala Prison Inquest told officer had no memory of incident. From the 5th of December 2018, guards fight giving evidence at Wayne Morrison's inquest. The 12th of the 12th, 2018, guard can't recall if Yatala prisoner was moving during transfer. The 18th of the 12th, 2018, prison guards to give evidence over Adelaide jail death. An article from The Guardian from the 26th of November 2019, SA prison guards seek coroner removal from inquest into Indigenous death in custody. And the 22nd of April 2020, deputy coroner to remain on Wayne Morrison's inquest. The prison guards are fighting tooth and nail to shut this down. And a few quotes from the 2020 article, the most recent one. In 2018, lawyers for the prison guards argued they should be able to exercise privilege against self-exposure to a penalty, privilege against self-incrimination, and that the coroner's court was not entitled to look at what happened after Mr. Morrison was pulled from the van. In February 2019, lawyers for the prison guards claim on dozens of occasions that Miss Bashir denied legal professional privilege to officers giving evidence during the inquest. I have concluded that the prison guards have failed to demonstrate any occasion on which Miss Bashir made an erroneous ruling or otherwise acted in a manner that infringed legal professional privilege on any of the alleged occasions Justice Blue found. But Justice Blue overturned an order made by Miss Bashir that the guards could not refuse to answer questions or present documents because it could leave them open to civil or criminal proceedings. And there you have it. Most of the information up to date behind my Black Lives Matter sign that I made, because I wanted to make a sign that was specific to my state. I also had a I Can't Breathe Black Lives Matter one directed for George Floyd and the situation in America, and then I wanted one that singled out a situation in my home state, me being a South Australian. I wanted to put Yatala on notice. And just because of how heartbroken and tired and frustrated the family must be just by being screwed around by the system. I even did some background research into how understood my sign will be, where I kind of wanted just maybe 4 or 5 people to get back to me, but everyone had to get back to me, and thanks to entertainment mainly, I went ahead with screws. Oh, and especially after the Prime Minister said we shouldn't be important American issues to protest about. I felt quite good that I decided to make a sign very specific to South Australia about an Australian, because yeah, that ticks me off. How tone deaf can you be and oblivious to issues of your own country, but this is ScoMo we're talking about? And how fucked is the system just giving the people in power that have done something wrong every way to duck and weave when they should be held to a higher standard than the rest of us? Alright, I'll wrap that up there. Yeah, I'm a South Australian and I'd call for justice for Wayne Morrison.